Hey, welcome everyone to our episode number 2 of my BLK2GO series. Today I'm covering a lot from tips and tricks, starting from import, register different walks and show you how you can be 3 times faster with your BLK2GO. Let's get started. And here we go. So first time we want to import our BLK2GO. So we're connecting the USB-C cable from our computer to the BLK2GO unit. Sometimes the unit doesn't want to start right away. So what we can do, we can simply turn the USB-C cable to get the BLK2GO started. In the meantime, we can already create our project in Register360. So the BLK2GO is powered, connected to the laptop, and now we're searching for all the projects on the BLK2GO unit in order to choose which one we want to import. So we just wait a moment till everything's loaded, then we can simply deselect all and choose the one which we are interested on. In the property panel, we don't look for targets, we don't do auto cloud, and we could say we want to save the raw files on the computer to a dedicated folder and hit import. But let's have a look at the import settings for a moment first. So let's rewind the option and hit settings to check the import speed. There are a couple of things how we can influence the import speed. So for example, the image quality. Low resolution means we have a faster import. The import speed on its own. So we have 3 settings: fast, balanced and a safe mode. And then we're coming to the BLK2GO, where we can actually save a lot of time during import, but we would need to sacrifice on the 360 images and on colorized point cloud. But this is one way to streamline our project. Okay, we have everything imported and now we come to the registration of the data. Here we have 3 walks, so it is my ground floor, the first floor and the roof data. So here we can see now when we pre-align our walks how much influence it has when we actually hit visual registration. So if we already do a good job, it already will help us. If we do a bad job, we need to do more alignment and fine-tuning in the visual registration. So I would suggest always to roughly pre-align it already directly in field. So then we can already see, okay, it already looks good how it fits together. So we can do some fine-tuning in the height. So we can shift it up and down. When we press the Alt button with it, then we can actually slow down our movement. So we have everything in height fine. Here in the top down view we need to adjust something. I'm looking for a corner and then I choose the rotate option and then rotate it accordingly. So when I'm happy with the rotation, then I will check a couple of corners and areas if I'm happy how everything fits together. And we then hit join and optimize to get our result. Here what you might notice that the percentage is much lower than expected. This is because we have more data surrounding it and less where actually we have overlap area, which is not a problem at all. So then what we want to do, we want to quality check our data. Here we're using our TruSlicer for doing this. We can check in 2D. Here at individual corners, change the slice thickness to see how well the data fits together. Check across our areas where we have the overlap area. Can you move up and down? But also what we want to do, we don't want to check only in horizontal slice. We also can change the slice direction to, for example, check the height of how everything nicely fits together. So now we are just repeating the whole process also in a fast forward mode for the roof. And then we see everything's now nice together. So what I see here, we have some areas which require some cleaning. So shooting through the windows or have a mirror in one of the rooms and I quickly want to clean it out. Fencing around the polyline and say delete everything visual and also for the cloud-to-cloud registration and get rid of all of that. So now we registered 3 BLK2GO walks, but what if we want to register it with some terrestrial laser scanners, like the Register360? So let's just look into it. So here we have BLK2GO walks, calibrate point cloud, and I have here an Register360 setup, which I can simply drag and drop into my sitemap where the BLK2GO walks are. And I simply select both, say visual registration, align them with each other. First horizontally and afterwards also in height. So in case I need to change something in the tilt, I can also choose the option correct tilt to make it nicely, and then hit join optimize, and we will get our registration report directly from it. So yes, we can do it. Can we apply also local control to BLK2GO bundles? Let's have a look. So here we have our data set, and what I do here, this is our house data set again, and I create targets, virtual targets this time, just randomly on the floor. And what I want to do, I want to use those to apply a height or to make it leveled, for example. So I simply name our targets, and then I need to think, I need a control file, which means I need text file with XYZ coordinates and accordingly my targets. So what's the easiest way to do it if I don't have one? I can simply measure, open my text file and write down my coordinates. So that is here for the first part. One thing which you need to be careful about in Reg360, we're importing the data not in XYZ. We actually import the data in YXZ. So let's quickly change this one already for our first point, and then we just repeat the same process for our 3 targets. So here you can already see that the heights are pretty much the same, but what I want to do now, I just set them all to 0 in case I would have a tilted floor here, and this way I could make it now leveled. So we're importing our data, simply choosing the file, hit the import, say OK, et voila, we have our control file in Register360. What is next to do? Click on our bundle and apply the control. So what we got now is we applied our control, then we set our height accordingly, and we can also set the orientation. Super easy.